Hello, everyone. Can everybody see me? Jules is here. She says, "Hey, Jess." We have such a good group here, guys. I can feel it. We have a really good group here. Okay. Amazing Shay says, "Hi, beautiful. Hello." Marley says, "Hello, everyone." Jules says, "See and hear you just fine." Good, good, good. Chloe says, "I never caught a live. I'm so excited." Welcome. Welcome to Astro Chat Live. We have so much to discuss. I have my notes here. I have my candle lit and I am ready to talk astrology with you guys. But before we talk about astrology, I wanted to vibe with you guys for a minute, just see how you're doing, see how you're feeling, set some intentions for tonight's live, make sure we're all on the same page because we have so much going on. First of all, can we acknowledge the fact that today I got verified on Twitter and Instagram? That part. Can I tell you, the struggle has been very, very aggressive, but I literally was trying so hard. They kept rejecting my proposal because I don't even know why. Actually, I don't know why, but it was so frustrating because I'm like, this is the only way. Like, I wasn't even trying to get verified for clout, like, and for attention or to reaffirm anything that I am because I don't feel like I needed that. It was more that I was watching people get spammed and there was no way to reassure anyone of, okay, what is the right account and which one is not the right account. So, oh my God, thank goodness that is a new season in my life and I'm just so grateful for it. So the little gypsy says, "I love you." Thank you so much. I love you too. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Okay. Sadie Baby says, "Congrats. That's a helpful achievement." It really is. Thank you. Nikki says, "Yay." Nikki C says, "Yay. Congrats. Finally." Girl, don't even get me started. Yes, finally. Finally. Tasha is here with blue hearts, her stamp, her signature. So I love that. If we can just throw some blue hearts in the comments, you guys, can we throw some blue hearts if you're able, or if you're streaming in on not Instagram, but on your phone, or if you can put some blue hearts there, I would really, really love that. Yes, 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 yes. Gargi, Nini, Chanel, DNA, amazing. Yes, look at all those blue hearts. I just love it so much. Yes. Thank you guys so much for the blue heart love. Sending that to Tasha and her family and to everybody. Let's just get the blue heart vibe going. Oh my God, look how beautiful that is. Also, it matches my nails. Yes, we are so vibing. If I could, I would be doing it too. You guys are literally going to make me cry. It's so beautiful. I love all these blue hearts. Thank you. Blue hearts and little spinny. That is so cute. Thank you guys. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the blue hearts. I love that. That's so specific. Yes, that's so specific. I love it. Oh man. Okay, guys, how are we doing today? What is the vibe? What is the energy? Hopefully, we're feeling good, guys. I have chills seeing all the blue hearts. It's so beautiful. Thank you. Oh, okay. We throw in some evil eyes. How are we doing? How's the vibe? Me personally, let me go ahead and start off. I've been able to maintain balance lately. That has been my main goal, my main priority, my main energy, my main focus is balance in every single area of my life, maintaining a healthy level of balance. And every day it's different. There have been a lot of things that have helped me along this way. I use affirmations every morning. I normally have my spiritual routine that I incorporate into my day to day practice. I have added on to that with affirmations. Affirmations have really been fulfilling and like fueling my spirit. I do a lot of journaling. I've been doing a lot more walks, physical activity. Those things have been so good for me. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Royal Goddess with the $5. Thank you so much. And also Ronnie T with 10. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, grateful for you. Okay. Maureen says, "Jesse, yay, I missed the last live. I'm so happy to be here. Pretty normal Monday so far. Tornadoes and all. We are still smiling." And yes, that's another thing. Well, we'll get into that. So balance has been something I've been focusing on. What have you guys been focusing on? Yeah, Miss Jose says making rest a priority. Absolutely. Just TC says I started doing gratitude notes. Yes. Hold on. I'm going to sneeze, I think. Did it mute, or did you guys actually hear me? And did you see like spit go spraying? Oh my God. All right. Sugared Plum says, "Girl, you look stunning. Thank you, my love, so much. I really appreciate that." Law of Sunshine says, "Definitely balance and rest and tons of journaling." Exactly, exactly. Bryce, oh, I missed the comment with Bryce said, hold on, let me just see real quick. Let me scroll up. Focusing on a better me and dealing with anxious attachment. There you go. That part. That part. Okay. Alicia says gratitude and affirmations in the morning and the evening. I just started today. Okay. Is anybody here working on physical activity or movement? And feel free to go ahead and put a hands up or a white heart if you're working on physical activity. Some people, okay, Alicia, Little Gypsy says me. Okay, good. Amanda says, I've been trying to rest, but it feels like it's not reaching my body. Keep going for it. See if it starts to even out. Sometimes when our bodies are so adjusted to like tension and anxiety and reacting to things, that when we actually begin to rest, our bodies are still wired for to react. So okay, T Kid 506 says balance between rest and activity. Yes. Fola D says I'm trying to get fit. I feel that. Awesome. Okay, Miss Star Harper says I'm working on getting there. I love that. JJ says I just started. My body is so sore. Yes, pain is weakness leaving the body, as they said. Faith Taylor says yes, I started on Sunday. Okay, the reason why I ask is because Aries is now, well, the sun is now transiting through the sign of Aries. So it's Aries season. And the energy there is so focused on masculine energy, which can be very, very active. It could be what we're physically chasing, what we're physically trying to achieve, what we're trying to accomplish. Gargi D says sent 220. I am so grateful for your messages. I always look forward to that. You are a gift to me, and you are a gift to me. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for your transparency. Thank you so much for being vulnerable. Thank you so much for using your voice. All of these things, I thank you. Thank you for meeting me here along the journey, for meeting me and everyone else here halfway. Okay. Alexa says, I'm taking a huge leap of faith and I'm leaving my job. Guys, send Alexis some hearts, some love if you can. Let's do some prayer hands if we can. Just some good vibes, sending it to Alexis, taking that huge leap of faith and leaving her job or leaving their job. Thank you. Let's send her some love, some gratitude, some support, because that takes a lot of courage. That's the other thing too about Aries energy. You guys, thank you so much for sending her love with the heart hands. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, someone says, "Ooh, I see you, Alexis." Right. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. There's one thing that I have always used to kind of fuel my spirit, right? And the quote was, what would you do if you were not afraid? What would you do if you knew that you weren't going to fail? Do that. Let that be what you choose to do. Let that be what you decide to do. And that has really guided a lot of my steps, or at least been the last thing that I think of before I jump off of said cliff, whatever that cliff is. That was before I left my student housing when I was living in a college campus and was about to move in with some roommates. That was before I decided to leave my job. Um, from an internship and then go into an actual like real person job, which I thought was like everything that is that I wanted it. And even though simultaneously I was working with astrology, that also fueled my steps before I launched myself out when I quit that job after 5 years and was just trying to catch up on orders and magic and setting intention and starting my own business, sharing my magic with the world and coming on with you guys. From right before I bought my own house, there's a lot of things that it is that I have done. And those were the words that I spoke into my spirit right before I did it, or right before I would choose to launch myself. If you knew that you weren't going to fail, what would you do? What would you do if you knew you weren't going to fail? And whatever that choice is, that decision is, that's your answer. Law of Sunshine says, I'm doing the same. Alexis, we got this. We can do this. I'm sending love and courage. Yes. And thank you so much, Law of Sunshine, literally for sending the super chat and also putting yourself out there. Let's also send her Law of Sunshine. Let's send her some love and some good energy too. Yeah. Alexis says, thanks so much. We got this. We do. And we're all in this together. There's so much right now, astrologically speaking, when it comes to breaking free from restrictions, breaking free from subconscious fears, breaking free from, imagine swimming in an ocean, right? Swimming in an ocean and seeing the shore, and you're just swimming and swimming and swimming to the shore. As soon as you set your feet on the shore, as soon as your feet hit the sands of that shore, and you're walking, you're pulling yourself out of the ocean. You might be exhausted, but you know that there's a sense of relief because something brand new is about to begin in your life, or something has begun within your life. What will that chapter look like for you? What is your what will okay, remove. All right. So, oh yeah, Fola D says, like the chat, guys. Absolutely. Oh, is it freezing a little bit? So sorry, guys. It did kind of blip out a little bit just for a moment. So if it does freeze, I think I'm going to continue to carry forward with our conversation just because there's so much richness here that I want to share with you guys, and it will continue to record. I just might not be able to see you guys. Okay, so physical, I saw that some of you guys are working on physical activity and you're working on balance. Is there anybody here that is actively working on intimacy or closeness in relationships, or working on finding their person, putting themselves out there to find their person or develop intimacy within their current relationship? Really curious about that. Yeah. Fatima says yes. Mary Johnson, yes. Okay. I Pierce says yes, ma'am. Okay, yeah. Oh my goodness, look at all of these people. Okay. Wow, guys. Yes. Intimacy. Gloriana says intimacy. Hold on. Let me give Charles says hell to the gnaw. Okay. Yeah. Atkin says, I want my person. I feel that. Yes. Amazing Shay says, I'm building intimacy in my current relationship. I love that. Danny says, trying not to give up. Don't give up. Yeah. I'm working on, she said, I'm working on it all. That's a lot to work on. Do you guys realize, like, every single one of these things is not anything small? It's life changing. It's huge. Even working on balance, that means that while you're pursuing balance, there might be relationships or connections or habits that have to be cut off from you, and that is great. That is a huge sacrifice when you're working on balance. We don't talk about that enough. When you're working on intimacy or trying to find your person, this is you having to emotionally put yourself out there to take that leap of faith once again. Maybe push past your comfort zones when it comes to how you've shown up in the past, hoping for the best, making arrangements to go on dates. Those types of things are very, very difficult. We don't talk about that enough. Physical activity pushes your body. You're sometimes breaking your body down in order to build it back up. These are things that really can be exhausting, physically exhausting, emotionally exhausting. So yeah, I Pierce says that's one of the hardest things to do, sacrifices versus blessings. Yeah. So when it comes to relationships, you guys, Sun in Aries creates a new season again of opportunity. Aries is what we choose to go after for ourselves. The very polar opposite of Aries is Libra, ruling relationships, connections, and marriage partners, ultimately marriage partners. In order for you to make that connection with your marriage partner, which as we are starting an Aries season, it activates again Libra energy, whether we're looking for it or not. But if you're looking for it, it's beneficial to you because it's exciting, because you start to see that, okay, hold on, wait. Janisa says this path ain't for the weak. Definitely takes both courage and compassion to walk it. And that is so true. Yes. Sherry says, yes, I'm working on myself. Absolutely. And working on yourself too is so important because of course it's important for you, but it always impacts like how we're able to be of service to other people, how we're able to show up for the world. Because if we are feeling depleted, if we're in the void, we need to pour into ourselves, or we'll start feeling like sabotaging certain connections or sabotaging energies. There's a lot of like um like shadow work that can happen, that can prevent us from connecting with others and ultimately also connecting with ourselves. So yeah, hold on. Jenna says he literally told me we need to focus on ourselves and take space to work on ourselves. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, um I will say, Jenna, just little side note, sometimes when someone says that we need to focus on ourselves, um, if someone wants to say that to me, someone that it is that I'm dating, there might be some truth to it. Honestly, there might be some truth to it, but be real careful and use your discernment and put yourself first, especially the fact that you're saying, like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Use your discernment with that, because a lot of people might use that as an excuse of when they're not, when what you have is not something that they want, or you guys are not on the same path, you're not on the same plan. So that's the easy, sometimes it's not the easy way out, but sometimes it's like an escape for them to be like, this is not what I want, and that's their way of saying that. And that's a tough message, but live experience, life will tell you that if someone says, you know what, maybe we should focus on ourselves, especially if we're dating. The truth is that if you want to be with someone, there are few reasons and few occasions where you can't be with someone as you're focusing on yourself. You can focus on yourself and focus on your healing and your own growth individually while still being in a partnership. If someone is saying to you, let's focus on ourselves separately, what they're essentially saying is that this isn't working for me. And the only reason why I'm sharing this with you, for the sake of transparency and being honest, is that I wouldn't want you to waste your time. Or especially the fact that you said in that comment too, at the very end, um, I don't know how I feel about that. You do know how you feel about it. The one thing I can tell about you just from your comment and your energy is that you are very clear about who you are and how things make you feel. You also are very in tune and intuitive. And if you're able to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what do I feel like is actually going on here? And what do I think is acceptable? And what do I want from me? Does what I want from me match what I'm getting in the situation? If the answer is no, then the next statement, I think, is follow the Aries energy and give yourself courage and bravery and speak life into yourself and fire into yourself, that you have the ambition and motivation to get out of any situation that is not also actively choosing you. Okay. So I know that that's a tough message sometimes. I know you didn't ask for that, but yeah. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just saw the Treehouse says, which, first of all, I love your name. Do you know any astrology single groups or dating apps? I do know one. I have heard of one. I think it starts with a P. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but do I recommend it? No, I don't. I think I actually have a friend who tried to meet someone on that app. If I were you, I would, and you're focusing on dating and you're ready for a relationship and that's something that you're prioritizing and you're launching yourself out into that, I've got my fingers crossed for you, honey. 100%. Oh, Sage says, I'm ready for a divorce. Just saying, yo, I feel that too. Yes. Libra. Oh, yes, the Pattern app. That's exactly what it is. The Pattern app. That app, I'm not the right person to have these conversations because I'm a little too honest. I don't like that app. I think it's good for what it's good for, which is showing generic statements of like what's going on in your astrological chart. And some people, especially if you're operating at like a simplified knowingness of astrology, then maybe I could see that being really helpful. But for the most part, it's the timing on that app can also be really off. The cycles are sometimes off. And then I know that people use it for dating. If I were you, I would set intention for exactly what it is that I want within a relationship. From where I'm at right now, I would start with that, and I would allow myself to evolve with the person that I attract and that I choose, because you're going to start attracting a lot, and then you have to use discernment with who you choose. leave it for what it is, which is just a moment in time. Every single relationship is an opportunity to grow and to experience yourself in this. You are learning what you like. You are learning what you love. You're learning what you want. You're learning what you don't want. And as soon as you're done with learning, you discard that relationship with love. And then you set the intention for the next thing, and you will find your partner. Do I recommend an astrologically pointed dating app? If you feel called to it, then yes. But for the most part, I would set intention first, very specific. And then I would light a candle. I would put it out there. And then I would watch how the universe tells me, how the universe moves for me. One day, I will tell you guys what has specifically worked for me with one specific intention after I've completely manifested it, because I'm still savoring it and enjoying it for now. I will tell you, but for right now, it's something that's sacred to me. But one day I'll tell you. One day I'll tell you when it comes to relationships and stuff. The Chiron healer says, I appreciate y'all. Don't have to either. Okay. Hope says, yeah, there's not a cookie cutter astrology compatible. Yeah. Like Bumble shows only sun signs. That's so restrictive and exclusive. Yeah. Is anybody here on the dating apps? I don't know why we're talking about dating right now, but I guess this is just, there was a lot of you guys who, were, really talking about relationships here. Is there people on dating apps? Oh, Trisha says no dating apps. Okay, no dating apps. No dating apps for Trisha. The Cosmic Conjurer says I deleted them for good. Okay. Okay. Cup of Plant says recently made a commitment to myself to get off dating apps. Okay. Wow. Okay. Someone says no. Wow. No. Someone said never again. Oh, okay. Makita said I was on Raya. Yes, come through with the contacts, girl. Okay, hold on. Naja says I want to meet someone in real life. I feel that. There are some people. Chloe says, Jess, I saw your post about the retreat. Will you have another one this year? Would love to join. I think there's still some spots for Costa Rica, but I think you're going to have to put full payment in because it's so close. And for those of you guys that are joining me in Costa Rica trip, I can't wait. Queen L LLC says, I met my honey on one 6 years ago, and we have been together ever since. I did meet some bad apples before him, though. Yeah. You'd be surprised, guys. I'm in a relationship right now, very happily. I would not change it for the world. I love him to infinity and beyond. But I will say before that, when it comes to dating, I was on dating apps, and you have to quote unquote kiss a lot of frogs. I say this because I don't know why we're talking about this right now. I think because we're on the topic and it's just our conversation is flowing this way. I just feel like we're sitting and we're just vibing right now. But maybe someone needs to hear it right now, that it's so good sometimes to, if you're not trying something new, what if you decided to date and you put it out there, new season, new time, and then try again. Maybe change your photos, change your biography, change your intentions, change how you approach it, and really show up and just say and set intention and see what happens with there. If you do not feel called to date or go on a dating app and you want to go out organically, then I want to encourage you to try like speed dating, or something that really challenges your comfort zone. And it's so true. It's so true that there will be a lot of people that you don't like first. It's very true. But also, it's also teaching you like social experiences. You can also interact. One of the people that I went on a date with moments before or moments after I actually met my person, I sat with him I was actually on a date with him, and for 20 minutes, and I was just like, this is not my person. Like, I told him flat out, I said, you're not it. But thank you for teaching me like this new spot. There was this new spot that I went to. And then I left after 20 minutes of sitting with him, and because I just knew within my spirit. And then right afterwards, on the way back, I was driving back home, and I was just like thinking about my snacks and my heated blanket and like how I was going to like vibe that night. And he called me, and he was just like, literally, you've been the most honest and upfront and authentic person. And he was like, I'm trying to find my person. He was like, can I get feedback? Sorry, guys, my nose is like running right now. I sneezed and it's a wrap. But can you give me feedback to help me to find my person? And I was like, listen, I'm going to call you tomorrow and we can go over everything. I was like, because I'm setting intention for my person. And I told him my experience. But the truth is that you can really gain clarity and feedback on from your experiences if you're being transparent, if you're being upfront, to help you to help you and help each other to find your person as you go. And last thing I'll say, you guys, is that as you put yourself out there, keep in mind that every single person, a lot of people are actively trying to find their soulmates. A lot of people are trying to find their soulmates. It may not look that way, but they are. And if you can be nice in that process, but also have firm boundaries for yourself, you will help them find their soulmates by being nice to them. I've always said, like, even when I was out, I don't know why we're talking about this, but even when I was out and about with my girlfriends, if a guy would come up to me and talk to me, I would always tell them, I would always be nice to them, even if I wasn't attracted to them or even if I knew that they weren't my person, because I did not want me shutting them down to stop them or disappoint them from talking to the next person that could be. And it takes a lot of courage for people to to stand up and walk to the person that it is that they are attracted to and start a conversation. So I always try to keep that good karma going. And I do say that I'm saying all of this right now. Yeah, Rashima says I'm looking for marriage. Keep looking, you guys. I don't know why we're going on this tangent right now. I believe that it's very important that we actually go on this conversation right now because maybe someone needs to hear it, or maybe a few people need to hear it. There's a new season, and I'm literally powering through this as snot is like dripping down my face. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm starting to get a little glisten at the top of my nose, and it's because I want you to receive this message, honey. As I said that, I literally lost like 200 people, but I don't care. So literally, guys, it's a new season, it's a new cycle, and it's true that if you're defeated, if you're frustrated, or if it's not working for you anymore, and you're just burnt out, I understand that. This is, honor your path, and sometimes letting go is everything. But also, for those of you guys that feel really called to give it a shot, or you're half in, half out, maybe take a moment, reassess, gain more clarity on exactly what you want with no fear, no limitations, nothing that will handicap you, and change your appearance. Maybe don't put filtered photos up. Really show yourself. Show yourself physically, show yourself emotionally, be clear. There might be a lot of people saying like, "Oh, I'm not looking for anything serious." But no, be specific, set intentions, put that energy out there and be like, "Listen, no pressure, but I know exactly what it is that I'm looking for. And I'm shooting my shot, and hopefully I will find it. And hopefully you will too. Let's link up and get a drink, or let's link up and go for a walk, or let's link up and let's get coffee or tea." This is, and really maybe commit to putting yourself out there and seeing what happens. Uh-oh. Gotta put my phone on Do Not Disturb. All right, guys. So we went off on quite some time here on a little bit of a tangent, but I feel like everything happens for a reason. Angel 1.1.7 says, them filters really mess up the chances of seeing your auras. Yeah. The little gypsy says, go like the video. Yes, please, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Please. Thank you guys so much. All right. So there is a lot going on in the planets, guys. We just talked about relationships and love, and hopefully Letta. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. I'm sorry. She said, love your realness, Jess. Always, girl. That's all I know how to be is real. That's all I know how to be is real. So, to be honest, I had my iPad here, but for whatever reason, it's rejecting a charge. So I'm going to pull up my chart on my phone. Does this mean that I'm not prepared? Partly. but I am actually prepared. I've been pulling charts all day. I was going to pull it up on my laptop, but I actually like to look at you guys' comments because it feels like I'm talking with you. So I'm going to use my phone today and pull up the chart. Let me make sure that I have this right. Okay, I have the chart pulled for March 27th, 2023 at 3:06 p.m. because that's when I originally pulled this chart for those of you guys that want to follow along. For those of you guys that are like, how are we 30 minutes in and what have I missed? You didn't miss anything. We're actually technically kind of getting started now. So welcome. So first thing I want to say is, again, like I was saying last week, we have the sun transiting now through the sign of Aries. This is prime time for launching any new venture, whether it be a business, whether it be an exercise plan, whether it be going back on your taxes, whether it be launching, re-downloading a dating app or not, whether it be starting a YouTube channel, something that has been not like sitting on the back of your neck, speaking to you, talking to you. This is something that I want to do. This all happened last week, I believe March 20th. Yeah, March 20th, roughly around 5:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The sun, representing our energy, our ego, our focus, collective energy, entered into the sign of Aries. Aries activates and ignites ambition, courage, optimism to some extent. The ability, the feeling and the belief within ourselves that there might be fear, but we can push past that fear to pursue the unknowable, to pursue the unknown, to chase after something that we feel worth it. That if we had all of our fear sitting in front of our face, we would still push past it and say, I'm going to at least try. Aries is the leader of the zodiac, leading the rest of the zodiac signs to say, come follow me because I felt called to take this first step. So I really want you guys to, if you can, Charles says she was being a divine dating coach. Yeah, I'm really good at that. Yeah, if there's something that you need to focus on or that you want to focus on, this is the time to launch that. I'm very curious. Sadie Baby says, I never thought of Aries as the leader. It actually is. Aries is the first sign to start all of the zodiac. The first sign to lead all of the zodiac. If it wasn't for Aries energy saying that this is me, this is who I am, and we are going to launch ourselves into the great beyond. If it wasn't for them, we would kind of be stuck. The next sign after that is Taurus. Taurus says, I'm going to stay right here. Taurus takes all the energy that Aries charged forward with and says, when the time is right, then I will move. But for right now, I'm going to gather all of my resources because Aries already initiated that energy. What would you guys? Yeah, Mama Tia 44 says the head. Yes, Aries is literally the ram, the astrological ram that slams his head up against the wall, that breaks it down, and then creates the way for the rest of the zodiac signs to start trickling through. It's very, very interesting if you ever do a full breakdown. One day, I will host an astrology course under Sacred Circle Tarot School, but for right now, you guys know I'm working on my balance, so I'm not trying to do everything in one shot. At this time this year, I would have already had a book published, self-published, by the way. I would have had a Sacred Circle Tarot School going. I'd have the podcast. I have the lives. I got no, we're not doing that. Okay. What are you guys focusing your intention on? Where is your heart leading you towards? What not logically makes sense to you, but what literally fires you up? Is there anything? I'm genuinely curious to hear what that is for you. Me personally, I've already written down my statement. I already written down my intention for this season. I lit the candle, but I haven't continued to carry on lighting that candle. Okay. Yeah, Maggie says a new business. Maggie, do you have specific ideas on what that business is or just any business? So Aries takes the thought, Aries takes the spark, and then you can add fire to it and build that fire up bigger, especially when we get into Taurus season and we're maintaining that fire. So let's get very, very specific on our details here. Conscious Comadre, probably not saying that correctly, says affluence. Okay. Julina the Mystic says, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, honey. Sage Rose says, starting a home business. Okay, wonderful. Let's get specific. Okay. Dana says, being financially balanced. So let's get specific with those numbers, right? So what would that look like for you? What would you need your financial income to look like versus your spending, your outspending? What would that look like? Let's get very specific. When we say financial balance, you don't have to keep the details here. Please believe me. I'm not trying to be all up in your business. I'm your astrological bestie, but I don't need to be all up in your business if you don't want to share that. I understand. I personally wouldn't put it all out there. I would just kind of set the intention, right? I'll just put it out there. So, okay, 10 grand a month is my number, yo. I'm sticking to that. Guys, if you can put 10 grand for her. Okay, yeah. Miss Sam Law says, can we do multiple plans? Absolutely. Yes, Bliss says 10,000 a month. Samantha says 10,000 a month. Yep, 10 grand, 10 for her, 10K baby. That's what I just heard just now. 10K baby. I love that. 10 grand. Yes, speaking at 10 grand, sprinkle that little dust. Yes. Sprinkle that dust. I love that. Okay, 10 bands. That's I love how you said that. That's perfectly. I saw a mermaid in the chat. She said 10 grand. That's amazing. Okay, some of you guys, I feel like you're you're scooping into this 10 grand energy, which I'm not opposed to. I actually love that. So we're keeping setting them attention, keeping those energies going and flowing. And I just love that so much. Yeah, Michelle Grace says 10,000 every month, baby. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay. Vianna says, I am making 10,000 a month. That I am statement is very powerful, especially during Aries season, because Aries rules the I am. It's how we define ourselves. If you are waking up, or even if you're waking up and starting your day saying, I am not looking forward to this, you are essentially saying, like, I am not looking forward to this. You're speaking the truth of the situation without changing it. There's no effort there in changing the outcome. There are some things that it's good that we honor our feelings. It's good that we embrace our feelings. I just remembered I had the weirdest dream last night. I need to write it down, guys. I am remembering my dreams. Hold on. I just had the weirdest dream. It just came to me. I'm going to look into it first because it was really, really symbolic. Actually, now I think about it, it was really symbolic. Whew. Anyways, yeah, if you start your morning and you're saying to yourself, I am not looking forward to this, or I am brave, I am courageous. Let's say you're not looking forward to it, and that is your truth. What if you switched it around and you said, I am capable of handling this day, or I'm going to take it one day at a time. I'm going to prioritize what is actually important, and I am going to let go of the things that are not important. These are statements that you can use, I am statements, to work with Aries energy to get you into a position of empowerment. Okay. Your words are so powerful. As this week goes along, you guys, Mercury, the planet of communication, currently also transiting through the sign of Aries. Mercury also rules how we process information, how we articulate ourselves. Mercury in the sign of Aries is even more energy that says, listen, this is where my head is at. These are where my thoughts are at. This is my plan. This is what invigorates me. This is what sets me up for success. This is what I am doing. This is who I am. The way that you talk to yourself and the way that you talk about the situation either acts as a blessing or it acts as a blockage. Now, Mercury in Aries is going to specifically conjoin with Jupiter. Jupiter is the great benefactor. Ooh, Lita says, I am in optimal health. I love that. You know who just popped up in my intuition just now? Bradley Cooper. If he's in the chat right now, yo, I met you one time, which there's no way that Bradley Cooper would be in the chat right now. But if he was, or if he is, because there is maybe a way that Bradley Cooper's in the chat. I actually met him. Great guy. Great guy. I actually took a selfie with him, believe it or not. This was years back, and this was in New York. But Bradley Cooper just jumped into me, jumped into my subconscious. So put a pin in that. But anyway, Jupiter is the great benefactor. He is the planet, and I say he because it's masculine. He is the planet that allows us to expand beyond our normal things that contain and confine us. When Mercury and Jupiter conjoin, the energy of these two planets, yes. Oh, okay. Naja says, I am not going to trap myself. What if we switch that? Because that's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Says, ooh, wait, hold on. I don't know why the first thing that I thought of was like, I am a weapon for my own freedom. So instead of I am not going to trap myself, I'm turning it into an affirmation that I would use. I am a weapon for my own freedom. So I am capable of making strong, empowered decisions. Like, let's be specific, because when you say I am not going to trap myself, we're acknowledging the fact that there's trapment and we stay trapped in that, instead of acknowledging the freedom which you are focused on, what you're actually going to be focused on, and what is actually going to be manifesting. Yeah, Ashley says it sounds like holding boundaries. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no negative connotation. Exactly. Wanda says, I am rich. So we could take that and dive a little further and say, I am financially abundant right now. I am provided for in all of my needs and then some. I am abundantly filled and poured into, to the point where I can be generously giving to others to help them within whatever. Those are some ways that we can, turn those affirmations around for more powerful, for more power. Okay. So I want you guys to put a little mark on your calendar. March 28th is when this is going to be exact. It's going to be 2:00 in the morning, almost 3:00 in the morning, but it's going to be exact. Mercury is going to directly conjoin with the planet Jupiter. This is an amazing time to announce a business, to make an offer or say yes to an offer, to ask for a raise, to propose some type of I don't know, venture or something to your friends or your family or whoever. This would be one of those things where, me personally, I would say to my mom, hey mom, I was thinking about going on this trip. Thinking about going on this travel for this and such day. Would you be down? This would be a day where I would most likely get a yes. So if there's something that you're looking towards, that you want to cement for yourself in the future, this would be an amazing day to start to sprinkle that into someone's ear or around that. This is on the 28th, for those of you guys that are asking for the date or you're thinking about it. The other thing that I want to talk to you guys about is that if there's not something, like let's say you're in a position right now where you want to pour more into yourself and not so much into others, or you're balancing pouring into others and then pouring into yourself. March 28th would be an amazing time, in the days around that, in order to lean into ponderization. To go to the spiritual restaurant Ponderosa. I'm just kidding. Basically, what this is Jupiter rules philosophy and our ability to think big. And Mercury is the energy that rules our mind and the powers of the mind and our power of will through the power of the mind. And when these two planets come together, they fuse their magic together and say that when I'm sitting and I'm letting my brain churn and get creative, or I'm thinking of solutions to problems, or if I'm thinking of ideas that could really take my business to the next level, this is what that would look like. Like your brain starts to ponder it. Like, what would that look like? And then your brain starts to piece it together and say, oh, what if we did it this way? Or what if I forgot that I have this gift, I have this skill. Why didn't I think of offering that to the world? These are things that Janisa says, oh, for some reason I thought you said Palmarosa, Jess. I love that essential oil blend. So powerful. Really, really good. Yes. So maybe take maybe take that time to do a little brainstorm. If you are a business owner and you have a team, this is a phenomenal time to sit down and have a conversation with them about, like, guys, what ideas is it that you have? What have you noticed are the problems? What have you thought are the solutions? And really start to have that brainstorming session. That would be amazing. Let's say you decide to write a book, launch a project, start a podcast. This would be an amazing time to do some work with that, or work some intentions around that, or make some moves with that, because the energies that rule that vibe are definitely lingering there and are very strong. Let me take a sip. ASMR break. I'm so annoying. Sorry. I had to. Personally, if I was on the opposite end, I would be so annoyed. I'd be like, what the fuck is this girl doing now? Chewing ice? Really, Jess? Yep. Okay, I'm back. Janae says, okay, but we need another ASMR. Okay, one more ice. For those of you guys that hate this, I'm so sorry. Leslie says, I paused it for a second. I said, come back to just crunching on ice. I know, I'm so sorry. All right. Thank you guys for allowing me to have that moment. I could totally do an ice. I literally can, like, sit. That's another thing too. Speaking of pondering, like, if I'm chewing on ice and I'm just vibing, I literally get so many ideas. Like, my brain, I won't download, but I get so many ideas when I'm just sitting there chewing on ice, especially like the special ice. I've got this, like, ice that's like nuggets. Don't even get me started. Game changer. All right, guys, let's talk about your money. Are we ready to talk about money and finances? Because I know I am. Phoenix Revolution says 10,000 a month. Let's bring it back. Yeah. Conscious Comadre, I'm saying that wrong, says smoking on a J and chomping on ice. Could you imagine? Whoa. Oh, Ashley said Sonic Ice is the best. Yeah, it is. It really is. It's so good. There are so many times where, like, if I'm out with my friends and people are drinking, they'll be like, Jess, what do you want? And I'll be like, ice. And they'll be like, okay, you sure? Just ice. I don't want water. I just want ice. And I'll just be sitting there chewing it and just vibing and living my life, just listen to the music, just doing what I got to do. But I'm also taking a note of who has the best ice. And if they don't, then we're not going back there. Okay. When it comes to money, you guys, I will say that April 3rd, which is not this week, but April 3rd, Mercury, again, the planet of communication and our thoughts, is going to begin to transit into the sign of Taurus. Taurus locks into our finances, our resources, the things that are very important to us. So this is when we take the brainstorming that hopefully you'll be doing earlier on this week, and then begin to create a very stubborn, set in stone plan to turn it into an action. This is when you brainstorm and then say, okay, this is the best idea for making money. This is the best idea for launching this. If I were you and I were going to work my magic, specifically using BehatiLife candles and BehatiLife fixed candles and BehatiLife intention oils, because that's the best if you ask me. But what do I know? I've just been doing this for years. I would begin with a passion candle to ignite ideas. I would work with a higher wisdom candle to activate that intuitive knowledge. And then on April 3rd, starting from that, I would then begin to work on money and abundance, work with money and abundance candles, money and abundance oils. And then also April 6th, we have a full moon happening in the sign of Libra. Mark your calendars for this. This would be an amazing time to begin to set intention or work with the magic of relationships and partnerships. Also, the other thing that is I want to talk to you guys about is April 11th, Venus, the planet that rules relationships. Also, things that we can put our hands on, little tangible stuff, candles, bags, etc., is going to enter into the sign of Gemini. Technically speaking, this is not the best time when it comes to relationships because things can get a little fickle. However, if you are entering into the realms of soulmates, twin flames, etc., this would be an amazing time to work on manifesting that or revisit that idea and then fall back completely. If you are fully capable, I want to say this, if you are fully capable of emotionally disconnecting from the outcome when it comes to relationships, which let me tell you, that has always been my biggest struggle when it comes to relationships, especially when I was wanting to work on it. Money has always been okay for, well, I always like relied on spirit, I will say, because I used to be broke, like super, 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 but I wasn't, I was broke, but I was provided for. I would always set intention for help or resources and it would always come through. So for me, finances and security were very important things, but when I realized exactly what it was that I wanted and what was needing, I would be able to manifest it. And it wasn't always something that looked like money. For example, when I needed a job, I knew that I had like $200 left in my pocket, nothing to my name, no place to go. And I specifically was like, yes, I need money, but I want to work in a coffee shop. I want to make enough to pay my bills. I wanted a studio apartment and I wanted the coffee shop to be a place where I could explore new age spirituality because that was something that was important to me. And lo and behold, in Glassboro, New Jersey, you guys look it up because that's where I was at, Glassboro, New Jersey, right after I set that petition, right after I wrote that, wrote it out and lit the candle, not even a month later, Progressive Coffee Shop came in, the owner, and I also wanted like my bosses to be really cool. Not even a month later, guys, like right before, just enough for that $200 to carry me. $200 is not a lot of money, but I was like eating like tasty cakes back then, which were like 25 cents a pop. If you know, you know, 25 cents or 35 cents. I can't even remember. I'm aging myself. Anyways, so long enough for the 200. I was at my last dime and Progressive Coffee House in Glassboro, New Jersey. It's closed now. They came in and they hired me almost on the spot. They were like, a lot of people wanted to get the job because it was college town, and they were like, we're definitely taking Jess. But literally, the reason why I'm saying this is that sometimes it's more than just money and resources. It's a space to call your own, a space that resonates with you, that speaks to you, and your resources are being provided for. So make sure that you are also setting intention for those things, you guys. Don't just stop at, I need money, because you will manifest the money. The money will be there. But with it, put a little strings on it, little extra things that say, yeah, I want money, but I also want freedom. And freedom to me looks like me being able to use my own bathroom however I want to without having to worry if my coworker can hear me fart. Like real talk. Like what is important to you? Freedom to you may look like, and that's a very specific example, but freedom to you may also look like you being able to work from the beach. You know, what does that look like? The other thing that I want to talk to you guys is you have to remember, yes, yeah, Law of Sunshine says no, but that's my little intention. No, I get it. Yes. Imagine how many people, yeah, Laurel says very specific example is my real life. No, I feel you. 100%. I totally understand this. Any thought that you have, guys, with Aries energy, when you have the thought of saying like, I can't do this, or this can't happen, because Aries will challenge what you are capable of or what you can do. You have to remind yourself that you are a light, that you are capable, and that you stepping forward is going to help. You stepping forward to live your purpose is going to help move things into alignment to help support you wherever you're at right now in your journey and where it is that you're ultimately going. So Aries energy is very bold, it's very lit up, it's very fiery, it's very active, it leads the way. I will say Venus conjoining with Uranus March 30th, rough in the afternoon, great time to have a date. If those of you are great time to have a date, also great time to maybe put in an offer in or hear news. I would put in an offer if you guys are in real estate or anything like that. For those of you guys that are looking for a raise or you want to put in a proposal for a raise or looking for more money or starting a new venture. If you're a YouTuber, you drop a video during this day, chances are it's going to be lucrative. Take your time. Take your time with every single content that is that you're putting out there. I've got to say that to myself. Because sometimes I'll just be like, oh, also make sure that you're following. Oh, Jesse D says, what day? This is going to be March 30th, 6:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But also keep in mind that it's not just that moment. Make sure that you know that it's a wide, like a window of time. Okay. Law of Sunshine says, what about putting in your 2 weeks? Abso-fucking-lutely. If I was going to put in my 2 weeks, I would do it March 28th. If you didn't already. Oh, that's tomorrow. Sorry. Also, let me just be your bestie right now. March 30th. Yeah, I would do it March 30th, especially if you get paid on Thursday. Yeah, March 30th, especially if you get paid on Thursday, because then you don't. Then after your 2 weeks passes, that would be your last. If you get paid on Thursday or when paychecks are submitted on Thursday, then that would be your last paycheck, freeing you up. Hold on. Also, what's your rising sign? Let me know what your rising sign is. Hold on. I'm literally doing math calculations. I want to make sure that when you actually leave, that you're going to be good. Yeah, I would do it, guys. Leo, I would do it March 30th. And then looking at the chart right now, April 20th, you have the new moon happening in the sign of Aries, the final degrees of Aries. But I will say that the day that you leave, technically the day that will be your last day, Venus is going to be squaring off with Saturn, and it's going to be really hard for you to say goodbye. It's going to be really fucking hard. Pardon my French. It's going to be really hard for you to say goodbye because you're going to be struggling with attachment hardcore. You might even be like grappling. Remember how I was telling you about that fickle energy where you're kind of like in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out? If you know that that's how you're going to be feeling when you actually launch yourself out, because that's when you're ready to put in your 2 weeks and move forward, you're going to know, like you're going to already predict that that's the way that you're going to feel. So when you start feeling it, you're not going to be questioning yourself, being like, well, did I make the wrong move because of how I feel right now? Go ahead and already plan for in advance for that energy of like, am I sure that I made the right choice in the decision? And then following it up with the next few days, April 20th, you're going to have the Aries new moon. It's going to help you start this new venture. Also, keep in mind that right after the new moon, April 24th, April 21st, Mercury is going to go retrograde. So it's going to start retracing its steps also in the sign of Taurus. This is going to be an amazing time, amazing opportunity for you to go back. Let's say you do decide that you quit your job, but like maybe they'll come up with another offer, or maybe they'll throw something in your lap like, listen, I know you're leaving, but would you be open to this position? Or maybe you'll hear about something, or maybe a past position will show up. Mercury retrograde will be the first thing to catch you. There might be a little grace period. I'm going to say a little uncomfortable time where you're just kind of like, am I sure that I made the right choice? Am I sure that I made the right decision? Also, the sun is going to be entering the sign of Taurus April 20th. So it's going to make you real like stuck. Also, your ego is going to prevent you. Guys, my nose is running again, like the waterworks is happening. Just being transparent with you. If you're wondering why, this is not my spirit guides talking to me. This is my nose running and also allergies. I'll be the first one to be totally transparent with you. It's not spirit. This is me doing math calculations right now in astrology. Trisha K says tissues, Jess. Where, girl? Where do you see tissues? Where are they at? You're assuming that I have tissues on my desk. I do not. Also, I don't have time to stop and go get tissues. So I'm just kind of tapping my nose ever so gently, and that's kind of doing the job. But I wouldn't make the assumption that I have tissues around because I don't. The tissues are in the opposite room. And also, if you hear me sniffing, Trisha says, I would be your assistant. You would be an amazing assistant. Okay, yeah, but back to what it was that I was saying, guys, for real. If you are thinking about launch, Camille says, use your shirt. No, I don't want to. I'm just tapping, just a little tap, 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 tap. It's this nostril, specifically this nostril right here, the left one. I wonder what that means for me. Okay, yeah, Astro Mermaid says, yeah, like the video. Yes, guys, please do. Law of Sunshine says, Jess, why are you always correcting my business? You're amazing. You are. Please let me know how this goes. Having said that, you guys, it is 8:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My nose has run past its capacity. So I am going to blow out my candle here, my higher wisdom candle here. I do want to invite you guys to join me for Behati Love Notes, which is a $5 membership, which is very generous, but $5 membership for daily pulls. But also, if not, make sure that you are subscribed to BehatiLife newsletter. I'm going to get some affirmations out to you guys literally as soon as I'm done here. So if you sign up for Behati newsletter, which I don't even know the link. I suck at this. But truthfully, because my intention was to get some affirmations out there for you guys. Yeah, Law of Sunshine says, I love my daily notes. Me too. I love just sitting with you guys, usually in the morning, and just shuffling cards from my outside altar. Let me see if I could plug it. I'm about to put some affirmations and some magic out into that newsletter. So if I were you, I would sign up. Okay, here's the link right now. This is free, but not Behati Love Notes, but the newsletter is free. Oh, fuck. This is the wrong one. Sorry, guys, my nose. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. Yeah. All right, I just put the link there. It says Behati Love Notes, but it's actually not Behati Love Notes. Behati Love Notes is something else, and you'll see that on there. So I'm just going to correct the link. AP says, now I'm sneezing. Yeah, it's like ping pong synchronicity here. So if you sign up, first name and last name, plus your email address, it's free to sign up, BehatiLife newsletter. You'll be able to get this newsletter that I'm going to go blow my nose. Oh, Lorraine C. just joined the membership for actually Behati Love Notes. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get these affirmations out there to you guys after I blow my nose. It's a free service. It's meant to speak life into you. I do not spam you guys unless you're actually signed up for Behati Love Notes, which is the $5 membership. Technically, I'm not spamming you, but technically you're going to hear from me every day. I shuffle and pull almost every single day. Sometimes I take 4 days off on a rare occasion, but that's after I've gone on a streak of like a whole month of pulling consistently. So those four days are valid for me to take. So I'm going to blow my nose, get these affirmations out there for you guys. Thank you so much for vibing with me. If you guys have any questions, or if you want me to work a custom candle for you or custom oils, there's a link for that at BehatiLife.com. That's what I've been focusing my attention on. There are no personal readings that are open because I'm going to start traveling and hanging out with friends and family starting this weekend and then moving forward. So I won't have the time and the space to do a personal reading, but I believe after the Costa Rica trip, or maybe a little bit before that, there will be a few readings for those of you guys that ask for it. But also you'll get notifications through the newsletter. All right, guys, for real. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Sending you all of my love, and I will see you not next week. Chances are not next week, but I'll have a podcast up for you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.